deal with Russia. We have to get a deal with Zelensky, and I hope that Zelensky, I thought it might be easier to deal with Zelensky. So far it's been harder, but that's okay. It's all right. But I think we have a deal with both.
Okay, so he thinks they have a deal with, but he knows that they don't have a deal. I mean, maybe with half. I think, when you tell Russia, hey, would you like everything you've ever dreamed of? I'll give that to you. Then it's probably not that difficult to get a deal with them. But he's saying he thinks he has a deal with Ukraine. Well, once again, insulting Zelensky, who doesn't want to hand over, half or so of his country to the barbarians that have sacked it, murdered his people, all of that. So it's just lies and bluster, and obviously, as always, not a surprise, taking the side of the more evil force in any conflict. And so that's what you get out of him. And I think everybody is, disheartened by how little Donald Trump has actually done in a serious fashion, as a serious diplomat, to achieve anything like a ceasefire, let alone an actual peace deal. But it's not just us, pretty much everybody is shocked at how biased towards Russia he is, how unserious he is about this, the way he has insulted Ukraine, considering all that they've experienced. And I have more to say about it, but I want to jump now to some who I don't necessarily agree with their politics quite a bit, but Britt Hume is going to address it here.
He keeps pounding Zelensky and saying it's harder to deal with him than it is with Putin. Putin, so far as I can tell, hasn't agreed to much of anything, except, yes, he'd love to annex Crimea, which is part of the proposal that's before him now. That's no concession. That's just all that is taking a gain. Zelensky resists that because Crimea, up until the Russia invaded it 10 years or so ago, was part of Ukraine. So I'm not exactly sure what the president is talking about.
Okay, so I mostly agree basically with everything that Britt Hume said there, and because I agree with him, and I don't often, I'm going to ignore the fact that I think it might be time to hang it up, because it was difficult for him to get that out there. But I agree with him. I think that he's right. This isn't a deal. You just took everything that Russia wants in Ukraine, and you were like, I'll also give you Crimea, I guess. Oh, and along the way, I'm going to pretend that you started the war, that you didn't start, and that I'm making you, or trying to make you, surrender utterly as the appetizer for your eventual the conquering of your country by Russia in a couple of years. I'm also going to insult you along the way, and he's continued to do that. So he put out this True Social post, which is a reminder of several things. So I'm gonna bring it up. I'm not gonna read the entire thing, obviously. It's longer than some short stories I've written. No post on social media should be this long. It should literally be illegal. You should be locked up again. For that, also, he's out of his goddamn mind. So he says that because Zelensky says we will not legally recognize the occupation of Crimea, there's nothing to talk about here. He says that that's boasting. He attacks Zelensky for holding a position that obviously he's gonna hold, that the Ukrainians would hold, that in addition to you wanting them to give up so much of the territory that has recently been conquered, at great loss of life to the Ukrainian armed forces as well as their civilians, also, we're just gonna throw in as a bonus Crimea for Russia. Get the hell out of here. That's my take. That also appears to be Zelensky's take, and you can sort of understand why. And we're gonna get to the actual details of this offer Trump is making. He's not even trying to create a smokescreen of it being fair in any way, as you'll see. But before we move on from this amazingly long novel that Trump has written here, he goes on at length about how Zelensky, I guess, should shut up about Crimea, because that was taken while Obama was president, so it's not even an issue. I don't even. What are you talking about? Was Obama president when it was conquered? Yes, that's true. What does that have to do with whether Ukraine should want the territory back or not? Again, I've committed myself, as many of you know, I don't do rhetorical questions really. This is a serious question. Why the hell would Zelensky care when it was conquered? He wants it back. His people want their territory back. It was an illegal invasion. They stole the territory illegally. They have occupied it illegally. They've used it in part to push for taking more territory. Zelensky doesn't care, but like I understand, Donald Trump, that you have brain rot, that you like Obama made fun of you or whatever, and that really bothers you. And the fact that he's black and he's president, you're never gonna be able to get over that. I get that you're a very small, broken man. Zelensky doesn't care about that stuff. He wants his country. That's what he wants. And so it makes no sense to go on and on about that, but that's what he's been doing. And so that's what he had to say about Zelensky. We're gonna get to what he had to say to Putin, which was much briefer and much funnier. So we're gonna get you to that. But here is the peace proposal. So here's what Russia gets under this proposal. This is Trump's proposal. It's not Russia's. It's not like Russia just handed this to Trump. They get Crimea. They just do. They get basically all the territory that Russia currently holds in Ukraine. They get the promise that Ukraine will not join NATO. Now they do say maybe they could join the European Union, but they cannot join a defensive alliance. Which, if we were to assume falsely that Russia does not plan to rearm and then take the rest of Ukraine, why would they care if they were in a defensive alliance? You being in a defensive alliance when I have no intent to conquer you is irrelevant. It has nothing to do with me at all. But if I want to conquer you in 6 months or a year or in 2 years, well then yeah, I would really prefer you not join some sort of defensive alliance. So I feel like this is really giving away the next chapter here. Spoiler alert. Sanctions that have been there since 2014, since the conquering of Crimea, those would be lifted. So not only do they get all of their territorial ambitions, but also generally they get welcomed back with open arms into the economical trading. Well, to the extent that there is international trade, because Trump has mostly killed that, they get invited back. Economic cooperation with the US, oh, that's so nice. Yeah, screw you, Ukraine. Shut the hell up. We want to do these deals with Russia. We want to get trade flowing with them, with like energy and stuff. They're cool. You shut up about the fact that your territory has been destroyed, that hundreds of thousands of your people have been killed or raped or moved into Russian territory. Shut the hell up. We're making business deals here. This is real stuff. And okay, so that's what Russia gets, which I guess I could have saved some time by just saying everything. They get everything. What does Ukraine get? Okay. Well, they get a robust security guarantee, not an alliance. No defensive alliance, but you will have funding and weapons provided to you. Importantly, not by us. We're not, there's literally nothing about us participating in this. So this is Trump saying, I'm Audi 5000, I'm done, but like the UK will do something, or France or Italy or Portugal, they'll probably help you out or whatever. We're not going to. We're gonna be busy dealing with Putin. You try to hang on as long as you can. That's the deal that they got. They get a very small part of one of the territories that Russia has occupied, which will be nice. It'll be nice for them to be able to visit that briefly before it becomes Russian territory again, so that's cool. They get access to a river, awesome, and compensation and assistance for rebuilding. Although the document doesn't say where that funding will come from, because Donald Trump doesn't care because he's not gonna provide any, just to be clear. Also, we're gonna take the $500 billion in minerals. I mean, look, I guess I have to be fair to Donald Trump. The plan is for us to steal half a trillion dollars of these minerals. We're not actually gonna do that because there's no way that we're gonna still have access to those minerals once Russia conquers the entirety of Ukraine. But until he does that, I guess then yes, we can steal some of his resources. So I guess we get that. In the meantime, by the way, of course, while Donald Trump is freaking out over everything that Zelensky says, Vladimir Putin is continuing to attack Ukraine, slaughtering civilians, just like making a mockery of the fact that Donald Trump is like, oh no, I've got them, they're in the room, they're negotiating, killing civilians. Sit the hell down, Don, I'm doing what I wanna do. Here's what Donald Trump says on True Social to that. I am not happy with the Russian strikes on Kyiv, not necessary and very bad timing. Vladimir, stop! 5,000 soldiers a week are dying. Let's get the peace deal done. Stop, that'll do it. That's tough guy Trump with his art of the stop. Hey, you stop that. Hey, you killed more civilians. That's bad timing. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was gonna do it. Stop. How anyone on earth thinks of Donald Trump as a tough guy, as a strong man. No, I understand that he's like stripping away your rights, he's shredding the Constitution, and we call that strong man behavior. There's no strength there, okay? Destroying our system of government is bold, I guess, But the guy who's like, Vlad, no, don't do it. But no, that's mean. Come on. You couldn't wait till the weekend to slaughter those women and children. Stop. That's not strong, man. That's not strong at all. We need to teach these fake alphas a lesson in actual strength. Politically, of course, but that's utterly pathetic. All of this is. You got, oh man, you could write a goddamn dissertation about Zelensky. Oh, he said something and I don't like it. I'm so mad at him. Putin, no, buddy, don't do it. My God, so people are saying like the world is laughing at him. MAGA should be laughing at him because you guys think that you worship strength, but this is what you've got. You've got this pile of pudding, like in the pocket of Vladimir Putin, just handing the art of the deal. It's like you just like typed into ChatGPT, hey, what's Vladimir Putin's greatest fantasy? Okay, now could you print that out in the form of like a mock peace deal, and then you hand it to them? This is not strength. This is not negotiation. This is utterly pathetic. We deserve better. Ukraine definitely deserves better. Anyway, we're gonna see what happens. I imagine more ill-timed death probably is what's gonna happen if I had to guess.